Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening, friends. This is Pirate Radio. I'm Liberty Mutual, coming to you live across the airwaves with the latest news on our corporate overlords. Reports are coming in from my sources in the Outlander factions that people are going missing. Mysterious red vans coming into the wastes and then returning, seemingly in the direction of paradise. The difference? After they show up, people in the community have been reported missing. No eyewitness accounts of the abductions have come in as of this moment, but the timing is conspicuous. I'll keep you in the loop, dear listeners. I'm Liberty Mutual, and the truth will set you free.
Welcome back to Glades in Paradise, the only podcast with a fast pass for fast cash. With me as always are my wonderful players, the felonious Florida M.E.N. Men, of course, standing for murder, extremely necessary. Florida M.E.N., please introduce yourselves.
Am I going first? Oh my god, no.
Yes, you are.
That's terrible. Okay. Hi. I'm Justin, and I'm normally Max on the other side of the continent. And it's been so long since I've played Glades, I don't even remember my name anymore. But I do know that I am a very well-adjusted young man who likes to punch stuff, and my parents are definitely alive and happy.
I remember Two Deals?
Bristol Two Deals Myers.
Yeah, 2 deal.
Yeah, Bristol Myers. That's what it was. Thank you. It is literally
Exactly what the deals are, we don't know.
Yeah, there's always two of them, but Bristol Myers, he's a young, scrappy guy who might or might not be related to someone on the other side of the continent, who is also brash and scrappy. But he definitely has room in his heart for everyone, and he's here to punch ghosts.
He's really good at that.
No need for alarm, he just has one arm. I'm Paul, and I'm playing Fisher Price. Fun fact about Fisher this week, he was once an engineer for a California theme park called Famous Funland, outside the city of Perdition. Perdition's built around Mount Whitney, California, and Famous Funland, as you might guess, is a theme park owned by the Famous family. Their mascot is Famous Freddy, an animatronic bear. Fisher took the remnants of 21st century generative AI and used it to power the operating system for the animatronic park mascots, which worked fine until they became self-aware. Long story short, the AI running the park built an army of animatronic warriors with an uncomfortably excessive number of fingers over the course of 5 nights, and the entire park had to be quarantined and shut down. Legend has it Freddy and his army are still in there to this day, planning their uprising.
Paul, take a D to
Thank you.
whatever role you would like, because that made me incredibly happy in my heart and in my cockles and in the subcockles, even in the lungs, even in the liver, even in the kidney.
And now you've got to put that into Blades.
I mean, someone is welcome to have a 5 Nights at Freddy's Blades campaign under their belt. It doesn't have to be me. Unless you guys specifically say, can we go to Perdition? Then I guess you just force my hand.
Question, what's Five Nights at Freddy's?
So if you travel to the Toronto plane...
I know where the good doctor's going to hold the company outing this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm Queenie, otherwise known as Lizzie on the other show, but tonight I'm playing Lane Danskin. And something you don't know is she is a very good jewel thief. Is the way I'm gonna just say it out. She likes shinies.
You know, it's actually weird. It's not... you think it's jewelry, but it's actually she's good at kidnapping people named Jewel and only people named.
Yeah, but they're all shiny.
Who will save her soul when it comes to the bottom now? Esmeralda.
Diamond.
Yeah, but weirdly not Lucy in the Sky with diamonds.
Nope. Opal. Pearl.
Very specific harem you have built.
Really likes the elderly. It's fine.
People named Ruby.
Dude, it's weird these are all Max's ex-wives, actually.
This is Florida. You can do whatever you want, and there's no penalties.
And hey, Xavier Unlimited, Amy's character is nameable. And she's like 20-something.
20-something what?
I'm sure somewhere out there there's a
Human?
Gen Z named Dolores.
She's just kidnapping seniors.
Oh, that's illegal.
Or Gen Alpha, actually.
All right, Riley.
Yeah, before we keep going.
Yes.
Please put us all out of our misery.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm playing Tawny Wildcard again. When gambling goes south, one thing can always turn a bad day around. In every way, including sexually, Tawny's into clowns.
Well, we now know what Tawny's favorite restaurant is.
Oh, wow. That just...
Tawny actually has like a restaurant rewards card for Salute, the restaurant everyone vaguely knows what you look like. Mine is really quiet clowns.
Tawny goes and loves spending time at Five Nights.
Animatronic animal and robots are not the same thing as clowns.
Yeah, they are.
No, there's like a whole bestiality component involved there.
And of course, after I said that, I could just feel my uncle smacking the crap out of me spiritually. He was a Shriner clown.
See, without the reference, it just sounded very tragic and abusive. Yeah.
That's the reason
Thank
I
you.
finished with
I
my
appreciate
friends.
that.
I was like, did your uncle own one of those restaurants that's like a Chuck E. Cheese style thing, the little animatronic band? Is that why? I don't... Okay.
Her uncle was also sexually attracted to clowns. It's fine.
No, that would be my aunt.
That makes
Wait,
sense.
Riley's your aunt? No, Tawny's your aunt. Sorry, Jesus Christ, I lost track of the plot.
Random sidebar. Shout out to my friend Drew from the podcast Agents of Damned. This is going to possibly lose some listeners. He once asked me, would you rather do the deed with a clown or a mime? And I said to him, can I choose which specific clown or mime? And he's like, I don't know how that's relevant, but okay. I said Harley Quinn. He's like, fuck.
Joker! Technically a clown.
All right, anyways. When we last left the Florida M.E.N, you can tell we haven't recorded in 3 weeks when the energy is at this level before we've even started. When we last left the Florida M.E.N, they had just escaped from Lantern Corps' research facility nestled deep beneath the fairy tale castle at the happiest place on Earth. Pirates to the left of them, collapsed tunnel to the right. How exactly did our main men find themselves stuck in the middle? Following a literal dance with death, Fisher-Price's electromagnetic pulse brought peace to the proceedings. The spectral soiree, however, drew the attention of Lantern Corps' lead representative in the happiest place on Earth, Lieutenant Commander Reginald Red Robin. Robin, flanked by his championship-caliber team of combat critters, instructed Tazaru and Kanga Wat to turn on the lights and revealed that Bristol Two Deals Myers had disappeared into the darkness. Robin questioned the Florida Men, and Fisher presented a set of expired Lantern Corps credentials. Tawny Wildcard quickly read Robin like a book and discovered that Robin was both completely unprepared and unqualified for this mission. He was similarly disgruntled with Lantern Corps for removing him from his cushy position in the competitive gaming league's pentad to babysit Walter in the happiest place on Earth's tunnels. Back at the command post, Robin warned the Florida Men that going inside may make them feel a little funny, right before chugging a bottle of Dr. Winston Thoreau's tremendous tummy trouble tincture, a medicine wholly inadequate for its advertised purpose, but an excellent shield against mind control. Fisher and the gang declined a bottle when offered, instead going for full tinfoil hats. Once they stepped through the threshold, the Florida Men were brought back to being Florida boys and girls and experienced a happy childhood memory. Inside, a research tech named Rabbit ran to Robin, frantically screaming about power levels and a rapidly increasing number of visitors at the park gates. Robin shut down Rabbit, instead instructing the young buck-toothed bother to check Fisher's credentials. The moment Robin turned his back to the Florida Men, Fisher tossed powder directly into his eyes. Lane threw a knife at a psychic pig and missed, but Tawny was able to scoop the swine, despite how greasy it may have been. Fisher threatened to blow Robin's head off with a grenade, and did so, losing an arm in the process. While Fisher built himself a new arm, Tawny tied Rabbit to a chair, and Lane helped herself to Robin's collection of combat critters. The Florida Men then attempted to interrogate Robin to no effect, before using the power of reading to learn how to release the segment of Walter. While they studied, however, Rabbit was able to escape. Lane trapped the fragment using a vacuum of Fisher's creation, but Walter, too, was able to escape when the doors knocked him free of the vacuum's pull. Nonplus, the Florida Men, living by their credo of make explosions now, exploded the research lab, causing a trained reaction of explosions throughout the park, and collapsing the part of the tunnel leading towards the research lab and the land of yesterdays. And that's where we find ourselves. But first, we don't cut to the Florida Men in a tense standoff with a band of preteen pirates. No, first we cut to a short, nebbish man, buck-toothed and bespectacled, sprinting down a sewage-soaked tunnel. It's Rabbit. His hair is matted and messy, his arms bound at the wrist before him, his teal jumpsuit soaked to the thigh and covered in brown slime. He hugs a tight corner and falls, skidding into the water and losing his glasses. He doesn't bother to look for them, instead heading for the left-hand wall. He frantically searches and finds a control panel, and upon carefully entering a code, releases a ladder from the ceiling. Rabbit climbs the ladder to the best of his ability and finds himself in the ancient wing of Lantern Corps' Land of Leaders, an exhibit dedicated to those who have courageously given their lives in service to lead our great nation. He stumbles through the next 200 years of leaders, passing an increasingly diverse collection of national treasures, before arriving at a cybernetic statue of the Reverend Cantilever Gates. Rabbit steps up onto the statue's pedestal, removes the can of world peas from the Reverend's hand, and opens it to find a small handheld radio. To whomever can hear me at home, we've been attacked. They blew Robin's clean head off his shoulders. They're trying to release Walter. We're under attack. Can someone please fucking respond? And that's when the explosions began. We cut to Billy Bootstraps over in his pirate ship. Bristol Two Deals Myers just arriving back up north, watching the explosions that take place atop the mountain as the waters cascade from the filtration plant. We cut to the place that you're not supposed to go to, where the spectral castle up top explodes into millions upon millions of pieces of debris landing throughout the park.
Whoa.
And the princess's castle up above disappears in a puff of smoke. All that remains is the shroud and outline of a large Ursine figure. And then we cut to the land of tomorrow, where a number of cast members dressed in increasingly complex clothing are providing instructions for small children and women to get into single file line to aboard a rocket ship. Who knows where they're going to go or if they're ever going to make it there. And that's when we cut down to the tunnels, where we see the Florida Men standing off to the side of a large wall of explosive debris behind their back, rubble and rocks and stone, splashing water and filth up around their knees at this point as the increased ballast has raised the water level. Standing directly across from them, Billy Bootstraps and his crew, and his first mate, Bristol Two Deals Myers.
Did everybody see that? That was... Okay, well, here's the deal. That was really cool, but it was also really scary.
Blame Fisher.
That is just how fireworks work. They are very scary, but also very cool. That is inherently part of their design.
Yeah. So... Hi, guys. Sorry it took me so long to get back in. Sorry about the smell. We had to go in the sewers.
We've already been in the sewers, so yeah.
Yes, isn't this also a sewer?
Oh, are we still in the sewers? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Been a little preoccupied. There are leeches down here. Did you know that?
I look at my legs.
My legs are covered.
You have about 30 to 70 leeches on each of your calves. It looks like you're wearing...
They're all attorneys.
You know those boots with the frills on them?
Boots with the frills.
I'm in, like, leggings.
Oh, you're cool then.
Skin-tight pants.
I feel like I'm wearing shorts, but I'm also wearing knee-high socks. And probably wearing Crocs.
Like Daisy Duke shorts
he's wearing,
that,
yes,
like, shows
he's wearing
everything?
Daisy Dukes, but he's also got socks that go above his kneecaps. And Crocs.
Okay, gotcha. Shorts is the only thing different than my 10-year-old.
There's a leech in each of the croc holes, like a gibbet in each one of the holes.
Oh, and yeah, I have a snack for later.
So to your back is the giant wall of debris, which you just caused by setting off the major explosion inside the lab. You can get to the castle by heading back towards the pirate ship area, but that is the closest way that you have to get back anywhere. Knowing what you've heard, you know that there is probably going to be some kind of repercussion that takes place over the next period of, let's say, a couple hours in the event that you don't collect Walter and get out of here. You now are on a clock.
All right, so question. The only way out of here that we can see is back through the pirate ship. There's no other maintenance, and like we caved in all the other access tunnels.
You caved in this quarter of the area. You could head back past the pirate ship and go further north, but if you wanted to, the closest exit is back at the pirate ship. But you've already conquered those obstacles. You could just say, that's the way we want to go.
Can I search the rubble for materials I could use to build some sort of machine that could help us sift the rubble to make a path, some sort of rudimentary digging machine?
Sure. Give me the most useful roll in this entire mini-series, the survey roll.
I have 1 point in survey. I'm going to use my bonus die, and I'm going to train myself. 4, 4, and 1.
On a 4, you find a Lantern Corps badge on the ground, like a non-expired credential. You find Red Robin's credential that you could have sworn that you grabbed off of him, but apparently it just ended up here in the debris.
All right, cool. Hey guys, I think if we can find an access point, we can just bypass the security. But I think the only way is through that north entrance on the map here.
I mean, are we supposed to bypass this anyway to get anywhere? I mean, it'd be illegal trespassing if we didn't.
I don't know how to explain this to you, Two Deals, but there's nothing going on in this park that's legal.
Oh no. Good.
Now, I'd like all of you to know that in the event that we don't get out of here pretty soon, the water from the filtration plant up above is going to leak down into the sewers and eventually is going to drown us all. We need to figure out which way we're getting out of here and quick.
I say we just fly for that north entrance exit and get the heck out of here.
Yeah, I agree. And I pull out my plunger gun. Let's go.
All right, so you head back the way you came, past the trash cannon, which was firing at you, which is now inert and no longer functioning. You head back past the corpse of the mascot, which you brutally murdered over in the corner. Everyone give me a quick
Oh, holy night! Oh, jeez.
With that,
Everyone give me a quick survey roll as you walk through the tunnels.
survey. I'll pick one that's got a face up 6. Hey, I got a face up 5 with the
Ooh.
roll.
I rolled a 3, so I'm going to go ahead and mark one more experience and insight.
I got a 6.
As you are heading back towards the pirate ship Bristow Two Deals Myers, you notice the ladder that Rabbit had let loose into the Lantern Corps Hall of Leaders.
Hey guys, can we use that? Maybe?
Oh, sure.
I mean, if you need like some type of rail system so you can aim that plunger gun better, we could just use it, I guess.
Well, wouldn't that just take us up instead of having to go through the north entrance?
So we could use my plunger gun as some sort of rudimentary grappling hook, or we could just use the ladder. I'm feeling the latter option.
Yeah.
Wait, is it former or ladder? I never get those right.
Oh, no, in this case, I literally mean a ladder.
Oh, well, that makes it easier. Thanks.
Yeah, like stairs.
No,
Only
ladders.
Straight up.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is a ladder but a very, very difficult to use set of stairs?
It's a very vertical stairway.
Yeah, it's a stairway that could arguably go to heaven if you made it long enough. Anyway, we ascend the ladder.
What is the order in which you're going to ascend the ladder?
I'm going to still use my plunger gun as a grappling hook and ascend beside the ladder. So I will be up at the same time as whoever is first.
Lane's going up first. She's getting up there.
I'm going to need I'm going to go with a hunt roll from Fisher Price.
A hunt roll to use my thing as a grappling hook?
Correct. Just making sure you're hitting a solid piece that you could actually hold on to.
I have 0 points in hunt, so I rolled a 2 and a 1. That is going to fill my bards. I'm going to level up a point in insight as I just fall on my ass without finding any purchase on my plunger.
You don't even fall. You fire your gun up into the air, and it doesn't find anything to stick onto. But when the plunger lands down in the water, you see the plunger start moving of its own volition.
Oh, neat.
That might not be good.
And it's moving towards you rapidly.
Oh!
I would like to tug on the rope that's attached to the plunger and try and uproot whatever's moving the plunger.
Give me a skirmish roll.
I have a die on that. 4.
On a 4, you are able to pull the plunger up above the water. And with it comes the head of an alligator. But not just any alligator. It is an alligator that has 2 separate skulls. And you have managed to get it right in the center between both of its mouth. Yes, this is a biligator. Its mouth is shaped like a V, and it has similarly 2 tails in the back, also shaped like a V. And it is rapidly coming towards you. You are able to pull it out of the water and stun it momentarily, and you do not lose your plunger. Your plunger comes back to you without any problem.
Can I actually keep the plunger stuck to it? Like I pulled on the rope, but it's still attached to the plunger. Would that be okay?
Oh, but of course.
Lane, give me a hand here. What I want to do is... Have you guys seen that classic film, The Return of the Jedi?
No.
Yes.
We're going to run around this thing, and we're going to wrap the rope around both its alligator snouts and turn it into some sort of rudimentary reins. We're going to ride the gate. But I would like someone to help me with this. 2 Deals, Lane, any volunteers?
Yeah, I'm pretty fast. Sure.
Fine, be like that.
I'm sorry, is gator wrangling in your skills, Tawny? I assumed you were more of a social maneuverer. Based on our years' experience working together in the Florida
I
M.E.N.
wrangled that pig.
You did
I would
wrangle that
assume
pig.
Tawny has some kind of finesse.
Lane does have finesse also.
Yeah, I'm just being a fucker.
That's fair.
What? No, this is an alligator, not a clown.
Anyway, alligator rodeo. Who is rolling what, Jim?
If you are holding on and trying to use your strength, roll me skirmish. If you are trying to use your agility to either get the rope around or to pass the rope to somebody else. Roll me finesse.
All right, I'm going to roll finesse to hand it off to Bristol to do the wrap.
Paul, even if you want to roll Tinker to essentially use the gun to give you leverage, I'll take a Tinker roll.
Okay. All right. Well, I rolled 5 on the first die. I do have 2 in Tinker, so let me roll again. 2. 5 is the better number.
I will help by holding the gators' heads together.
So, Jim,
Yes.
so I rolled 2d6 for the strength. I got a 6 and a 1, so success and failure.
That's just a success, sir.
Okay, making sure.
I rolled a 5 to hand the rope off to Bristol and use my gun for leverage, and Bristol rolled a 6 to rope the alligators to make plunger reins.
So you now have essentially a two-headed, two-tailed, four-legged alligator, affectionately known as the biligator, able to be ridden like a jet ski down the water. Your options are climb the ladder and head up to the Hall of Presidents, or ride the alligator jet ski, which I'll say can carry 2 of you, down to the mascot area, where the cast lives.
What do you all want to do?
Well, Lane was already heading up the ladder.
We could do what Blazes want to do and split the party.
I mean,
That's what I was just thinking.
and I
It's
really
hard
had
to pass
hoped
up gator skiing.
in this year of our Lord 2345, I really wish that we would get past the whole caste system. I mean, it's rather archaic if you ask me. So, that's history humor for you.
Here's the thing, Two Deals. Casts really are the best way to position a broken limb so that they heal correctly. So really, it does have a use.
But you don't have a limb.
I have 3 perfectly good limbs. That's no way to talk to the inventor of the Swiss knifey arm.
I think I know a guy.
It sounds like 2 of you are heading down the waterway towards the northern exit into the land where you shall not go to, and 2 of you are heading up into the Hall of the Lantern Corps' Hall of Leaders.
Yeah, so there's okay, here's the deal. Divided we fall, but also the other deal is we can divide and conquer? Which one is it?
Divide and conquer in
We
this
have radios,
case.
don't we? Can we just send all of the pirate NPCs through the Hall of Leaders and we go through the thing with our gator jet ski?
Yeah, I mean, you can do however you'd like.
Well, only 2 of us can do that.
Well, no, you can still follow the gator jet ski. We just have 2 people on a gator jet ski that are going to lead the charge.
Or Lane and 2 Deals goes with the pirates.
If you want.
Can I name the alligator?
Both of them.
Is it a conjoined twin situation, or is it one sapient being that has 2 heads? That's a philosophical question. Because if it's one being with 2 heads, they should have the same name. If it's 2 beings that have a shared body, they should have 2 separate names.
1 skull, 1 brain, 2 jaws.
Okay.
I want to name it Vector.
Can we compromise on Al Vector?
Vectigator?
Damn near killed a gator.
Vector Dial.
Fork face.
Fork face.
We started out so strong. What happened?
Vector's fine. We yes anded too close to the sun. No. It's Vector. Fisher's just giving you a hard time.
One thing they don't teach you in improv classes until you hit the higher levels is that there is an appropriate time to say no but.
Or just say, that yes and was perfect. I'm going to leave it as is. Is anybody going upstairs?
By yourself with the pirates, so be it. But I'm going up the ladder. Because I was already on the ladder. But I'm going up there sneakily.
If I could find a way to ride this alligator up the ladder, I would.
I mean, it is covered in rope. We could just,
Couldn't we carry it?
Between us and the pirates, there are 10 people. Can we just lug the thing up the ladder?
The alligator is attached to a pulley system. You, in theory, could bring it up the ladder if you would like, but I don't know how functional it would be walking around inside a museum as opposed to its rapid speed with two tails in the water.
Well, here's the deal. All we have to do...
This is the golf cart all over again.
Jim, have you not seen an alligator run on land? Those fuckers are still pretty fast.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You get to where you get it pointed in a direction where it can't turn around and poke it in the butthole with something sharp and just let it go towards the enemy.
Yes, you can bring the alligator up the ladder if you would like.
Because we have alligators in Missouri, believe it or not, alligators actually spend a majority of their time on land.
Yeah, so I think what happens is we do a jump cut. We're just at the top of the ladder. Everybody, including the alligators, like, man, getting that alligator up there sure was difficult, everybody. Good thing we didn't have to animate it.
Yeah.
Oh, half the budget's gone.
Quite an adventure.
There was a cloud thing from the 80s.
What a bonding
the alligators up there.
Been.
There's a tiny little 5-year-old pirate girl who's like, and I helped!
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Republic City, 1 year after the reign of Kuvira. While the Avatar is away, dealing with the fallout of the Earth Kingdom's coup, life goes on in the city's underground.
People are willing to pay, will kill who they want.
Changes abound, including the introduction of the newest Varric Industries innovation, the firearm.
Well, my finest weapon on the market is the lawman's friend.
A truant airbender.
World peace is my jam. At least one of my jams. I have several groovy jams.
A gunslinging orphan.
You care so much about everyone in a way that I can't even imagine.
And an imperialist diplomat.
The piercing pistols will turn Republic City into a mere stepping stone on the path to greatness.
Band together to navigate the rising tides of the new world. Join them in Moment of Balance, found wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Yeah, I would look around the little leaders, and I definitely go, huh. You realize that all these leaders just look the same two guys with different amounts of facial hair and eyeglasses and such because Procter & Gamble have been the CEOs of Lantern Corps for as long as it's existed. So it's just a bunch of guys in the same costumes over and over again, and no one's noticed until now.
Well, actually, where you let off in the initial hall. So this is the Lantern Corps Hall of Leaders. The lights are all off because there is no power to any spot in the park at this moment in time. All of the electricity has been handled as a result of Fisher-Price and the Florida M.E.N exploding the central core.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But there is a bright blue light that shines in through whatever creases or cracks there may be. There aren't windows per se, but there's enough damage to the building over the years that have passed that there is light that shines through, so it is very easy to see inside here. And what you see is a series of oddly dressed white men in various coats and pantaloons and pointed shoes and powdered wigs. And over time, it progresses to an additional set of white men looking increasingly older despite the fact that they have taken office at a much later date than the previous men. And they're wearing business attire as time goes on. And they're not moving because, again, there's no power to the park. What you also see on the ground is a trail of blood spatter heading off in the direction of the, we'll call it the 2nd century wing.
Well, fortunately, we now have a trained tracking alligator, so...
Well, I don't know about that, but...
I'm not sure about the tracking.
It can track blood. It is a predator. Like, it doesn't need training. It is innately good at sniffing out the blood of a thing it wants.
Let's see what a command roll has to say about that.
And whether or not I can get to do a thing.
You can have an extra D.
All right.
And I do have all my critter balls.
That's true. I rolled a 6 on the 1D I had because Jim negated my disadvantage to get our alligator friend to track the blood trail.
That sounds wonderful. Fisher standing on the back of the bilogator, holding onto the reins with his Swiss knifey arm. Is anyone else on the back of the bilogator with Fisher?
I'm actually checking out these cool clothes. It's been a long time since I've gotten new duds. They all look like pirates.
Lane would get on the back because she could hide behind Fisher.
All right, cool. Lane and Fisher are the gator riders.
Bristol, would you like to help yourself to a brand new outfit?
I would. Can this be like the shopping montage episode?
No, Max, you have this all wrong, Justin. This is the trying on clothes montage, the changing room montage from
Mighty Ducks 2.
That classic? No, I was thinking Mighty Ducks 2. I was thinking not Maiden in Manhattan. What's the thing Maiden in Manhattan?
D2, the Mighty Ducks?
Yes.
No, Pretty Woman.
Absolutely
Pretty Woman.
the Mighty Ducks.
It was the Mighty Ducks where they go into the store and they make the girl try on all the clothes under the aspersions that they're buying clothes for their mother, and they have her try on like bikinis. It's really, it does not hold up.
Yeah, it does not. I was going for Pretty Woman, the original changing montage, but we all got the idea.
Yes.
Oh, that was a great scene.
Okay, so
I love that.
Here
scene.
I am. I've got this is fancy. Not really a fan of the short pants, but
what do you have
How do I
against
look?
short pants?
I just every time you start running around, we get peekaboo here and there, and it's not great.
But that's not fair. I have a banana hammock on. That helps with that.
Fisher Price
Not
canonically
really.
cheeked out.
I'm gonna take this really cool blue long coat and one of these nice white wigs.
I just replaced my hat with a wig.
I feel like you've actually downgraded your costume from a pirate hat to a powdered wig.
Oh, well, I didn't.
That is exactly what I meant. Why don't you take the hat off long enough to put the powdered wig on, then put the hat back on, just like in Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
There you go. Now you're just playing a really short Commodore Norrington.
No, 3. The
Commodore Norrington is in all 3 films.
The one about Stranger Tides.
Okay, that's the first one Norrington's not in. You got me. Anyway, what do we got going on, Two Deals?
All right, so here's the deal. I'm just, since you guys aren't down with the wig, I'll get something a little more modern. But this blue pirate coat is really cool, though. I'm going to keep this.
Oh yeah, take
As
the
he
coat.
strips off, he strips off like probably George Washington's coat, blue and gold and whatnot, and then he runs down the list, straightens the tie on the only black president, and then runs down further on until he gets to about the 87th president in line. And the 87th president was during the not the steampunk era, but the cyberpunk era. And he gets this wide-brimmed red hat.
Justin, I need you to know, part of me is sad that you just canonically established with 300 years of American history after Barack Obama we didn't have any more black presidents. But this is a dystopian hellscape, so I also agree. It is not the same. It is not our world. It is a.
That's where I was going with it. I'm like, you're talking about 300 years after we are now.
Well, I mean, there could be. Not all of the mannequins are in working order. Some of them have been destroyed. You don't know.
I mean, once you hit about 255 years, there is a vampire president, believe it or not. So
yeah, and it's just Proctor.
It's Blade.
It's just Wesley Snipes.
That's the reason why he was able to walk during the daytime. He's a day walker.
Actually, yes, Wesley Snipes is canonically this universe's 75th president is specifically Wesley Snipes as Blade.
President Blade.
I'm going to sign off on that.
All I wanted was a cool jacket. And now we've gotten into all this politics.
Okay.
How do I look, Victor?
Gargle noise.
There are people in that movie. Well.
Growl. Yeah, that's... Unfortunately, that started to sound like Perry the Platypus at the end.
Upon issuing a command to Victor to follow the blood trail, Victor takes off at rapid pace, and you find yourself in front. He leads the trail to the very end to the statue of Reverend Cantilever Gates, in his can of world peas, which he was gifted on the very first Valenweenmas, in which he used to bring food shares back to the greater population. You can see that the can has been disrupted from Reverend Cantilever's hand, and there is a radio that was left on the ground next to it. Rabbit is nowhere to be found.
Okay. Rabbit. Here, bun.
Could I survey the statue itself?
You most certainly can.
Trying to look for like a door or something.
Sure.
I got a 4 and a 3.
Mixed success. You have an understanding that, despite the fact that you know the power is off as a result of the explosions, there is still power in this robot. The eyes are very clearly glowing. While the mechanisms themselves are not moving, you can still faintly hear a whirring noise inside somewhere. Exactly where this power is coming from, you don't know. Exactly why it's still operating, you're not sure. But you know that Reverend Cantilever Gates still has some juice to him.
Lane, you saying the thing still has power?
I look to Fisher and I'm like, hey, Tinker, this thing is still on. Why?
Oh, no problem. I pull out my wrench.
Sure.
I would like to, in a cloud of smoke, tinker to dismantle this machine and try to figure out what's making it tick.
Sure, give me a tinker roll. I'm just going to warn you, this is going to be a risky standard roll.
Well, I rolled a 6, so...
Can I just say that is amazing. When you do that, you turn into kind of this dust cloud. I don't think it would hurt as much. Yeah.
Engineering 101, they teach us this ability called the Hanna-Barbera jump cut.
It's like the Robert Smigel SNL skit where the Charlie Brown kids realize they can fix anything by all getting around it and just going... So, you break the robot apart, and you find that there is an internal power source that is linked to a soul bottle inside. Exactly whose soul it is? Who knows? Exactly where it comes from? Who knows? But there is a soul bottle inside. I'm sorry?
You remember that radio you gave me a second ago?
Yes.
I would like to connect 2 wires from my kit to the soul bottle, and I would like to roll Tinker again to talk to the soul inside the bottle using a radio.
Oh boy. Let's see here. That's... trying to think if that's going to be a tinker or an attune roll. Give me a tinker roll to see if you can even do that.
I'm going to push myself for a 3rd D. 2, and a 5.
Okay, with a 5, you are going to need to have to make it. You can do it, but you will need to make an attune roll, and you will need to get a mixed success at some point. This is controlled standard.
And with that, I will help him with the attune.
Alright, cool, because I have no pips in attune. I'm going to take the last stress I can before I'm maxed out. So that's 2D.
Justin's maxed out, not you.
That's correct.
Haha. A 1 and a 5 to attune using this radio.
you attune to the soul that is inside the soul bottle, which was inside the statue of Reverend Cantilever Gates. You hear on the other end of the radio the sound of I think the best way to describe him is a dusty old man. Raspy voice. The sound of someone who has been parched and looking for water for a long, long period of time, but has not been able to find something to drink. You know the sound when someone is essentially so dehydrated that they can barely formulate words. You just hear, hello? Who's on the other line? Who can I connect you to?
Hello, my name is Fisher Price. I'm trying to get in touch with a powerful poltergeist named Walter.
No. There's no Walter here. My name's Daniel Thoreau, and I'm trying to do what I can to help out. I'm here for Lantern Corps. It's what I'm here for. Who can I connect you to? And you hear like some faint crying.
That name sounds familiar. I don't know why. I'll have to dwell on that. Anyway, who else is around here in the spirit network of the greater this theme park area?
We're all over the place. How do you think the park's been able to run for as long as they can? They've, for a long, long time, there was nothing here. And they placed us all around, and they brought us down to nearly undeath before giving us a chance to rest. I'm sorry, what are you doing here?
We're here to remove Lantern Corps from this area. We're sent by the Steel Corps. They want us to get Walter out of here and all of Lantern Corps' presence because Lantern Corps has been doing not great things to the park.
Give me a sway roll.
I have one die on that. 5.
What year is it?
2345.
Okay, then there's still time. Okay, I'll help you. But first you have to promise to get me out of here and let me out.
I should be able to do that, actually.
Okay.
Do I look with the impression there's any more like these statues are largely like robots, like automatons, right?
Yeah.
I want to look for if I can modify one of them to be, at this point, the episode with Famous Nathan revealed the automaton aired, because this is meant to air after Campaign 1. I basically want to turn one of these things into the Nathan automaton with a full soul and not a shred of a soul.
Give me a tinker roll.
Alright. I'm unable to push myself further, but I still have 2D. 5 and a 1. And it is the statue of Blade, by the way.
Okay, so you are able to take the statue of Blade and you are able to turn it into a walking, talking, functioning, not quite automaton, but an
semi-automaton.
A semi-automaton, thank you. An individual who is able to speak with you, confer with you, provide you directions, and occasionally maybe a dice here and there. I'm going to give you a pool of 3 dice that you can use, any of you can use, to rely on Mr. Daniel Thoreau / Blade when you need help.
He does notably also, because he's Blade, have a big fucking sword.
He does have a big fucking sword. That being said, it is in the middle of a theme park, so the edge of it is dulled, so it's more of a club.
Hey, 2 deals. Do you want a Buster sword that's basically a Buster club?
Oh. Yeah, the only weapons I ever touch are these babies right here.
As 2 deals Bristol just smooches the silver and bronze knuckle dusters that have weird writing all over them.
Attaboy.
That's all I need, baby.
All right.
Thank you for giving me some semblance of my my livelihood back. I appreciate your help. God, I've been in there for so long. I'm sorry, I feel very weak right now. If I turned back on, then that means that they're going to be coming soon. And we need to get out of here.
Yes, we just need to capture Walter first, because it's very bad if they get him.
Walter, okay. I don't know.
He was a very, very powerful poltergeist. He was patched into the electrical network before you went online. So if you felt a very powerful spiritual presence, it was probably him.
Oh.
And we're going to trap him in this vacuum cleaner here.
You're talking about... Okay, I know where to go now. Follow me. And he sprints down the hallway towards the exit. Would you like to follow?
Yes, we follow, 2 of us on alligator back, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lane's still on the back.
We run after him. Leech is flapping in the wind.
If only we had time to train that bear, if we had more mounts.
Is there a role that I could do to try and train the Pooh Bear critter?
I feel like command.
Yeah, you can give me a command roll or a... Actually, you can give me a command roll or a consort roll. I'll take consort either as well.
Okay, either way, I'm gonna stress it just to be able to roll straight.
This sounds like a very bad plan, but I'm here for it.
Hell yeah.
Not so bad. That was a 5.
So Lane tosses her Lantern Core containment unit out into the middle of the floor, and the Pooh Bear lands on all fours, its golden fur shimmering in the blue light of the area. It snarls at her, spittle dripping from its face. It's looking around for its master, but its master is nowhere to be found. What does Lane Danskin say to the Pooh Bear to try to control it?
She goes over and pulls a couple sugar cubes that randomly were in her pocket and is like, look, he's not here, but I'm your new master, and starts feeding him sugar cubes that seem to be flavored with molasses.
That is canonically Pooh Bear's vice, so.
With a 5, you are not going to tame this Pooh Bear immediately, but you will fill, we'll call it 3 segments of a 6-segment clock. You're halfway there. So it takes the sugar cubes, and then it goes to nearly snap at your hand, but you move away just as its jaws are ready to close in. With a deft maneuver, you bring it back into its Lantern Core containment unit, trademark, and are able to put it back on your belt. You are very close to having your own personal attack bear.
/ mount.
Listen, I'm not letting you take Find Greater Steed, no matter what it is you do.
All right, that didn't work.
You ain't no paladin.
I just look at the others and I'll be like, well, that didn't exactly work this time, but maybe in the future. And I get back on the gator.
All right, so we do follow the robot friend.
So you follow Blade to the exit of the Lantern Core Hall of Leaders, where you emerge.
I did look it up, and Blade actually has a full regular name in the movies. Eric Cross Brooks.
Yes, but Blade's such a better name.
President Blade. He legally changed it.
No, it's
actually
it's
a cool
President
name
Blade,
too.
Let's be perfectly honest. The doors spring open as Blade kicks them down with one mighty foot. He flips off of the stairs and lands in perfect Blade pose. You look up, and you could have sworn that you went down into the tunnels, and it was still nighttime. And you don't remember being down there for that long. But now that you're looking up at the sky, everything is bright blue. It's as if it's daylight, but the sun has been dyed with either a lantern gel from a theatrical lens or some form of food coloring. It's like a bright blue sunny day that's electric, almost like a blue curacao tinged drink.
Holy cow, it's a bright, sunshiny day out here.
I can see all the obstacles in our way.
Don't worry, everybody. That's just the artificial sun. That's why it's blue.
Exactly from where you are, where you pop out, you can see where the fairy tale castle used to be. What exists now, what was once a beautiful 10-story, 8-story, however tall it is, castle with parapets and spindles and spires, is now just a smoldering crater. But there is a large, almost celestial body floating in space in the middle of the empty chasm. This is Walter. He is approximately like 300 to 400 feet across, 300 to 400 feet tall, and he is taking the image of the thing that you absolutely fear the most, which is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Paul in Discord. Ray, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. But you don't see any type of anchor for Walter. You don't see any type of corporeal form. You just see his electricity.
Oh, that is a big fucking ghost. We are going to need a bigger vacuum cleaner.
What would y'all like to do?
You're the one that chose this vacuum.
I have an idea, but I'm going to need time.
I mean,
I can pipe in if you'd like. Hi, Billy Bootstraps here. I'm still here, Bristol. Still trying to help. We could head over to the Land of Tomorrow, where they'd probably have a lot more parts for Mr. Fisher here to be able to build something really, really large. They have the most raw materials out of everyone in the park. Aside from that, I don't know where we're going to be able to get something to hold something that large.
I say we go head to Tomorrowland.
All right, you guys head out that way.
And you see Bristol punch his knuckles together, making a little spark.
I'm going to keep it busy.
So here's the thing. All you need for a spirit bottle is very good glass and a way to suck it in, right? So we have the vacuum cleaner. We just need a large glass container.
Anybody have a straw?
No, I got this, guys, because here's the thing. You know what there's definitely going to be in that princess's castle? A glass casket with a wax mannequin of a lady in it. That seems like a spirit bottle that could hold a kaiju compared to a spirit bottle holding a regular guy. So that'll be our soul bottle, and then we just need to power up the vacuum cleaner.
And you know what? Fisher Price, you are 100% correct. Daniel puts his hand on your shoulder and says, there are two princess castles up above in the place where you're not supposed to go. One has sort of an underwater theme, shall we say, and the other, we try not to go there because it's very, very dangerous in there.
A lot of thorns?
No, there's a few on a flower, but for the most part, ever since the princess lost her prince, she's been a little bit of a bear to deal with.
Oh, so we either go into the castle where there might be a huge ravenous beast-like creature, or under the sea.
I have another weird idea. Could Lane maybe attune to the Stay Puft Marshmallow to try and get him under her control?
So you could try to attune to Walter. Stay Puft Marshmallow was a joke at Paul.
Yeah.
It would be risky limited to attune to Walter. You would have probably a limited effect trying to attune to him. I mean, you could maybe fill a segment of a clock here and there, but you wouldn't be able to have just an immediate success doing so. But in the event that you failed the attune roll, he could probably not take you over, but make you feel pretty yucky.
Probably take more stress than I have left.
All right, so just above game, can I ask Jim, is the Snow White glass coffin is in the castle? Like without the place we have to go that's like scary?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a castle which stands in for your standard princesses, and exactly where you would like to find it, there are multiple options to find something of a similar size in shape. It doesn't have to be Snow White's coffin specifically.
Oh, Ariel's got her whole cave full of human things, too.
Right, because here's the thing. You know what this castle definitely has that's basically just a big fucking vacuum and HVAC system? I just need something to put it into. I want to look for controls for the HVAC system somewhere nearby. Like, there's got to be an access port for maintenance or something.
Well, Cinderella's castle is, for all intents and purposes, gone.
Right.
There are a number of smaller rides up to the north where you can find, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, all of those various things in Fairy Tale Land. There are resources in Fairy Tale Land, there are resources in Tomorrowland. The question is which resources you would like to go to.
I don't want to leave Walter here.
Under the Sea not only has Ariel's Cave of Human Things, but Triton's Triton that could help with the vacuum. Because you could direct it with his Triton.
I don't think the Triton is actually going to be a useful, powerful artifact.
Okay. It was an idea.
Yeah, we just need a functioning HVAC system, and I gather the explosions we caused destroyed any HVAC around here. And we need a large, reinforced glass container. So the question is, how do we get Walter to follow us? Because I don't want to have to make a return trip and have him not be here, because I know how this particular plot trope goes. Do we have something that can lure Walter to follow us?
Yeah, remember? And as I smash my knuckles together, told you I could keep it busy.
I don't want you to keep it busy. I want you to get it to follow us, because I want it to follow us to the vacuum. I don't want to have to drag the vacuum back here.
All right, Jim. Is there a way that Bristol can run up and smash the incorporeal toe of this entity?
You can punch the big ball of blue electricity at any point that you would like. It is going to be same with Queenie. It's going to be a risky limited roll.
I'll do it.
All right.
I have a question. Since I attuned to Walter when he was in that cylinder beforehand, could I maybe attune to him and get him to at least follow me? As him having recognized me before?
Do you want to try to attune to the fragment of Walter, or do you want to try to attune to Big Walter?
The fragment. Because isn't the fragment part of the Big Walter now? Because we smashed that glass cylinder?
Yeah, shouldn't it have merged by now? We did take a pretty decent amount of time getting here.
In theory.
And therefore, if I'm able to attune to that fragment, it would at least help Walter to follow us?
Okay, so Bristol Two Deals Meyer would like to punch Walter in his dumb face.
Not just his toe.
Just his toe.
Just his dumb toe.
His stupid little toe. And Lane Danskin would like to have a brief conversation with the previous fragment that she had coerced into the vacuum. So...
Can I, without taking stress, help Queenie by offering her the ghost radio I built earlier?
Yes.
Queenie, you now have a ghost radio to talk to Walter.
Awesome. That gives me 3 dice.
And you do have the pool of dice that were offered to us by Blade.
I got 3 5s.
That's gotta be something, right?
And a 3.
I remember specifically in another session someone getting 3 5s and saying that ought to be something.
Sure, so you smash Walter's head into a slot machine, and the slot machine rolls 3 5s, and a bunch of coins fall out onto the ground.
Ooh, they're chocolate coins.
Going back to okay. So, on a 5, on 3 5s, I will say, Daniel Thoreau, otherwise known as Blade Daddy, Question mark?
Blade Daddy. We got there.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, we weren't even trying to set that joke up when we got there.
Daniel Thoreau walks up to Lane Danskin, puts his hand on her shoulder, and says, I don't know if you can talk to it, but it doesn't hurt to try. And he says, and he looks over at Bristol and says, and if this doesn't work, just punch the shit out of it.
I'm on it.
So you reach out into the spirit field, and you find that the piece of Walter that you had previously been talking to has not met the main piece of Walter. It is currently being held over in Tomorrowland in a spirit ball, and it seems scared.
I let the others know the piece that we let out of the cage down below is actually in Tomorrowland. We need to get over there.
All right, can you try telling Walter that we're going to help him get his little him back, but he doesn't come with us? We're going to try befriending Walter instead of capturing him.
I've only got connection to the little one.
I feel like we can definitely talk to the thing that's 5 feet from us.
Okay, I just yell out at it that we're trying to connect him all together. If he will follow us, we can connect him to the rest of him.
All right, roll me an attune roll.
I feel like you still have the bonus dice for using the radio.
Please give me a 6.
The radio is a tool, so I feel like you just get a bonus dice every time you use it for its intended function.
Yeah, I failed it because that was 2 2s.
That means I'm up.
I run over there and punch the snot out of the toe.
Give me a skirmish roll.
Got a 6 and a 2.
All right. Gosh.
Can a ghost toe break?
You, Bristol Two Deals Myers, who has known nothing in his life but love and support and affection, has come from a wonderful family with 2 loving parents, and who supported him on his journey across the country to follow his dream, who then found a group of warm, welcoming, supportive friends here in the happiest place on earth, until he met these 3 sociopaths. Runs up to the person who founded this place and uppercuts 300, 400, 4-story, 5-story tall ball of spirit energy. And as he does, you see the ball explode up into 3 balls. 2 big ones on the top and a little one on the bottom. And you almost see kind of fireworks go off in the background. And Lane, I'm going to let you roll attune one last time with a bonus dice. You now have Walter's attention.
A 6! Yeah! Started to say a cuss word and I changed it.
That's perfectly fine. You can say motherfucker all you'd like.
What was the cuss word?
We can say the fuck word. We have explicit tags.
We have an E on the podcast description.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Listen, it's a fucked up world. It's a fucked up place.
Bristol Two Deals Myers uppercuts the ball of pure spectral energy, transforming it in shape and in size. And as it recoils back and turns, however an amorphous ball of energy can turn to face you, it shrinks back down. And it goes from being 500 feet tall to 400 feet tall to 300 feet tall to 200 feet tall to only about 5'10". And it starts forming features. Eyes, a nose, a mouth.
Well, when you punch a ball, it does shrink up.
It starts forming features. Eyes, a nose, a mouth. And it takes the shape of a kindly old grandfather. In an overcoat, and a suit and tie, and a small pencil-thin mustache, and he looks at you and he says, "Hello, my name is Walter. I hear you're here to help me." Glades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Fisher Price, Justin Langston as Bristol Myers, Queenie as Lane Bryant, M.L. Riley as Tawny Wildcard, and myself, Jim Remus, as Master of Ceremonies. Domi is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe, starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.